Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Outer Space. This will be turn 3 for the Japanese. That is July of 1937. Before we get into it, two minor bits of housekeeping from the Soviet turn. They did, in their haste, neglect to account for some of their naval units. So the destroyer and light cruiser from A-28 will be moving 1, 2, 3 to M2. And likewise, the units left in the Indian Ocean are moving from I-12 to I-4. With that out of the way, we can jump straight into the Japanese turn, and we will start, as always, with tech. We will be rolling for heavy armor and LRA, both hitting at an 8 or higher. We got an 11 on heavy armor, that is a hit, but a miss on the LRA. Alright, over to the purchases. We have 19 to spend. We are spending 18 of it, leaving 1 in the bank. Be spending 2 artillery, 2 marines, and 1 militia upgrade. Once again, we have no combat moves to declare, so let's go straight into the non-combats. From the Marshall Islands, 1 infantry is going to be embarking on a naval transport, moving over to P-46. The infantry will disembark into the Caroline Islands, and the naval transport will go in port. From P-43, 1 coastal submarine is moving to P-42. From P-41, 1 coastal submarine is moving over to P-50. And then from P-14 and P-15, we're going to be using 1 destroyer and 1 naval transport to pick up the 3 infantry class units that were built in Kyushu last turn. Move them over to P-14. Those infantry will disembark into the 41st Army. And the naval transport and destroyer will go in port in Manchuria. Alright, 1 infantry from eastern Manchuria will be walking over to Rihi. 1 infantry from northern Manchuria is walking over to eastern Manchuria. And the artillery in Rihi is railing up to northern Manchuria. With that, all of our movements should be accounted for. Let's go on to our production. Placement phase, not production. We'll start with the Siamese recruitment, which hits on a 1 or less. That's a 5, that is a miss. For the Dadao, we will be attempting to influence Suyon, which will also be hitting on a 1. That is a 6, that is a miss. We will be collecting 19 IPP, leaving our bank up to 20. Placing 1 artillery in the factory in Manchuria. Two marines and an artillery. That's advanced artillery. That's wrong. Oops. Okay. And a militia upgrade for the Caroline Islands. Alright. I do believe with that, everything should be in place to pass things off for the next British Commonwealth and French turn. So we'll leave things there and say best of luck on your next rolls.